Good job. What's up, world? Uko here from Better Therapy Now, and today I'm reviewing the book No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert Glover. So this book changed the way I see masculinity, being an introvert, toxic masculinity, and the role that men play in relationships and just in American society in general. So if being a nice guy is ruining your life, if you feel like you are holding back, if you feel like you have anger issues or you're bottling up your emotions, especially your anger, then this is a book that you should read. The book's not about becoming a jerk or a tough guy. It's about overcoming a mindset that a lot of us, especially men, were conditioned to buy into. Always pleasing others, avoiding conflict, hiding flaws, suppressing emotions, needing validation to feel worthy. Dr. Glover calls this the nice guy syndrome, and he says that it's toxic, not just to relationships, but also to your mental health. We'll start with the mental health aspect. The nice guy syndrome means that you are bottling up your emotions and you secretly resent the people that you're always trying to please. You resent them because you don't set boundaries, so they cross those boundaries and it pisses you off and you begin to bottle up those emotions. And it all leads to chronic anxiety, low self-worth, passive-aggressive behavior, depression, even addiction. Dr. Glover says that nice guys don't finish last. They finish frustrated, resentful, and alone. Nice guy syndrome is much more prevalent than I first imagined, and it hits close to home. When I was young, around maybe first grade, kindergarten, I grew up in a neighborhood close to the major highway in Phoenix, the I-17. And in that area, it was a worse area. The elementary school that I went to had a lot of lower income people. The neighborhood was much rougher. And this impacted me because during recess, it was like Mad Max. All the kids would fight. It was like Smear the Queer. Kids would get hurt. There was tons of bullying. And I developed a certain mentality that said, if somebody looked at me wrong, I had to fight. Then we moved up north, about 3 or 4 miles up north to a different school, Ocotillo Elementary. And the teachers there and the entire culture was much different. I was on the school grounds recess, still living by the old rules. If somebody looked at me crazy, I would just fight. I would just start swinging. And all the teachers saw this and they saw me as a big problem. I also would have temper tantrums. So all the teachers got together and they tried to help me, but they didn't help me manage my anger. They helped me by telling me that that behavior was wrong. And this same message followed me throughout my entire elementary career, or my entire elementary time in school, and as I went to junior high. In my head, I'm thinking any type of anger and any type of confrontation was wrong. So by the time I got to my high school years and even in college, at the back of my head, even though I wasn't getting into fights and not having temper tantrums, I still saw anything close to anger and including confrontation as something that was wrong. Then I became a people pleaser. I was less likely to set boundaries. I was less likely to get into confrontations. I didn't want to be polarizing, and I would just be a regular people pleaser, all while having my boundaries crossed and holding in a whole lot of anger and resentment. And this is something that is very prevalent for men. And it starts in school. It starts when they're young and they have those first expressions, those first outer expressions of anger. And the messaging of the people around them impacts whether they become a people pleaser or whether they learn to manage their anger while still communicating assertively. Dr. Glover says a few things on this topic that I think are really important. Number one is stop trying to be good and start being real. For me, I was just trying to be good. I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. I didn't want to be polarizing. I didn't want to be confrontational, even as an adult, because I was trying to be good. And this is how one will behave if they don't have core values and they don't have an authentic purpose, and their purpose is dictated by the thoughts of other people. Dr. Glover says that you have to identify your truth and start living that truth. And an authentic purpose and a truth are very similar things. Next, he says that boundaries equal self-respect. Saying no, expressing anger, asking for things that you need or want doesn't make you a bad guy. It demonstrates the whole person. And the third thing is that you can't outsource your self-worth. Don't seek other people's approval, develop your core values, identify your authentic purpose, and live your truth. For me, the book was uncomfortable to read because I had to face things that I didn't really want to admit to myself. It's not easy saying I lived a large part of my life being a people pleaser, and it's something that I still struggle with today. If you're on the journey to identifying your core values and really articulating your authentic purpose to yourself, then this is a good book to read on that journey. If you've read No More Mr. Nice Guy, what hit you the hardest? Tell me in the comments below. I'm Uko from Better Therapy Now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.